Top four for Manchester United. Is it there for the taking, Tim?
Yeah, it's there for the taking, that's for sure. I mean, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. So who else? Chelsea would probably put their hand up first, and I would agree with most people who suggest Chelsea.
Villa are getting up there. Villa are just outside now by 1 point.
I think they will be top five because we will be so dominant in Europe again, but we won't know till the end of the season. So I think likes of Tottenham and certainly Manchester United, like Gary makes a good point there, with no interruption midweek, so they got a full training week. This man, Ruben Amorim, talked about how he's a good coach. He gets on the training pitch, he works with a group, he has a lot of downtime for them boys as well. And they're picking up injuries. So that myth of being overplayed, and they picked up 3 injuries at the weekend. I mean, for me, they're getting players, they get undertrained. That's what players do. You know, they've got no excuse to pick up muscle injuries. Why have they picked up muscle injuries? You know, it just happens. That's the reality of it. You know, it's nothing to do with overplaying. You know, they can't argue about overplaying. They're out of the cup. They're not in Europe. It's Premier League to Premier League. He's got all the time in the world to work with them players. That gives them an advantage. It should do. But now they picked three injuries up in one game. You know, how can that be right? You know, you have to ask the sports scientists a few questions, I would suggest.
Well, what's Ruben Amorim done to turn things around on the pitch? Because going into the last international break, they played Sunderland at home.
Yeah.
And it looked like if they didn't get 3 points there, he was under serious pressure. Since then, well, they haven't lost.
Well, what he's done is sign Brian Mbeumo and Cunha, and Mason Mount's got back fit. I'm not sure he's done too much tactically. I really don't.
Well, we know he hasn't changed the tactics.
Well, they got a little bit lucky. They've got a bit lucky. They've won a few games what previously would have been unlucky, where they should have picked up more points. But and he's had the opportunity to work with them. So we should be seeing it now, and I think they will be possibly favourites for the top 5. I'm not sure top 4 for that 5th spot, because they will spend again, they will go again, and they will back this manager. They've come out and supported him. Why not? He speaks brilliantly. He's a fantastic talker. I love the way he talks. Even in defeat, he comes out, he talks, he's very honest. They're going to give him more money to spend. I'm sure they will in January.
They are going to be missing Brian Mbeumo and Amad Diallo for the Africa Cup of Nations.
That don't help. I mean, Brian Mbeumo, for me, is their best player. For me, he's the best player. He was certainly a big threat at the weekend. Cunha wasn't one of his best games. I did that game in the weekend, and it wasn't as bad as the Europa League final, but it weren't far off. And when it was a 2-2, you think it's a fantastic game. It was bang average. Both teams were so poor in my opinion. But that's the way the Premier League is at the moment. I don't think it's a great quality of league after the top 3.
Scoring against Spurs, doesn't he? 5 in his last 5 games against them. Just how impressed have you been with him since he signed for Man United, Peter?
Listen, I've been impressed with him for a number of years now. I think him at Brentford, he's a killer. He's a danger. He's sharp with his touches. I thought today he was playing right in front of us here, and he's so sharp. And I think when he gets a chance, invariably finishes. He's cold in front of goal, and I think he's been such a big addition to what Manchester United are trying to do this season.
Does he give you that high energy and that work ethic? Same with Cunha as well, that they've been lacking.
Do you know? I think his biggest attribute is it gives quality. Do you know? I think he reminds me a little bit of Mo Salah in and around the box. When he gets it, he has a clear picture of exactly what he wants, whether the finish near post or back post. He almost shows like no emotion. It's just like business in and around the box, and I love that. You can play into his feet, you can dribble. Crouchy was mentioned his touches and how sharp he is. Technically, I don't think he gets